am bam damn a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes the heat. Cornelius Bennett.
Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns it corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
Does put a smile on my face.
Big up for it. Fires to the end zone.
I got to get my rear end up this morning. Hello, good morning. How's everybody doing? Today is September 16, 2023. We have got another one going on this morning. Guys, it's getting very interesting on this little game show. But anyways, without going on into a lot of detail, because we got a lot to talk about today, and these guys are going to have all the opportunity they can to say what they want to. So let's go ahead and get our brother on here, Mr. Nick Saban Jr. Come on in, brother.
So what we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
There's my man.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, good morning. All right.
Good morning.
Well, I'm doing good this morning, kinda. I tell you what, guys, sometimes you just really need to be behind the scenes when we fix and come on. We get into some of the best conversations. Good grief. You get that camera in our faces like, what did we say? We lose it. All right, let's don't leave our other guru sitting back here in the background. Let's go ahead and get him on. This is going to be interesting. I'd like to talk to this gentleman. Hang on. The man, the myth, the legend.
Hey, man. What is going on to all of my Roll Tide people out there in the land today, man? This is the first one since the bad thing that happened to us last week. But guess what? We're back and we're stronger. Roll Tide, roll.
Roll Tide, baby. I've noticed something, brother.
We're
paired. Are you running a live stream?
Paired. Yeah, man. Let's go.
Good luck with that, man. I got a notification. I think I did. If I did, I'm gonna go check it out, bud.
Yeah, man.
Not to see. I mean, I see your videos. Hey, good morning, Coach Dude. I don't know if Coach Dude knows about this game, does he? Junior?
I don't know. Explain it though. Go ahead.
Okay. What it is a pick'em show, and me and two other guys. Huh?
No, I was thinking out loud. My bad.
Okay. Well, we pick 3 games, and usually I'll have 2 others with us. And so far, we've been fortunate to have these 2 gentlemen with us on the last 2 or 3 weeks. And anyways, we'll pick a game. We'll try to talk about as much as we can as a fan about these games, and they make a pick, but it's picked by the spread. So if you're favored by 5.5, we move it up to 6. And if let's just say Alabama, Mississippi State, and Alabama's picked to win by 6 points, well, they have got to win by that 6 points. Otherwise, you pick Mississippi State. It's not rooting against your team. We're going for points here. There is no betting. We won't cover no bets in the chat room or anything like that. But anyways, you're playing for points, and you get 3 points a week. Just because you're behind don't mean nothing. But anyways, at the end of the regular season, not playoffs, nothing else, regular season, we will get a winner. If anybody's within 3 by the Auburn game, then those that are closest to the one that's leading, they get to pick what the closest score is going to be. And whoever wins that, they're going to win $400. Simple as that. And what we'll do, let's say Rags picks his team, Junior picks his team, I pick my team. I'll go ahead and say, okay, chat room, put in your picks now. I mean, you can put in what you want to, but at that point, I really want you to put in your picks. And we'll move on to the next team. After we get done, Alabama's always last. After we get done with Alabama, I'll ask you again to put your picks in. You can put in Colorado, Penn State, Alabama. That way, when I go back and look at it, the chat room, I can tally up the scores. But it must be done in the chat room or on live like we're doing now, if you're on here. Comments, that gives you too much opportunity to go back and cheat a little bit. So we're all in this together and in the dark. We ain't professionals. So anyways, I hope you guys liked the intro. That's about a in the box explanation that I can give. Let's see. Brock. Okay, that's very good. Very good. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and start off. We have got our outside team, Pittsburgh versus West Virginia. West Virginia at home. They are picked by 3 points. Who wants to go with it first?
Well, I do know this is from their fan base. They love this rival a lot. They love this rival a lot. I think it just came back last year. A lot of fans with fan bases from was griping about it because they took it away or whatever. Pittsburgh, they had a couple years back they had Kenny Pickett, so it was a lot of hype around Pittsburgh. Then I don't think Pittsburgh is that same team, but also West Virginia. They're not that team neither. They got Coach Neil Brown. Honestly, I think this is his last go round. This is the final countdown for him. Both teams are sitting at 1-1. West Virginia started off with Penn State, and I want to say Pitt might have played Cincinnati or somebody. I can't remember. But I haven't watched neither one of these teams. I just know this is a rivalry game, and with West Virginia playing at home, I'm hoping they can muster up something for Neil Brown. And I'm going to go with Pitt to beat them at home.
All right. You don't know how much that tickles me. Rags, my friend, what do you think?
Man, I don't have a whole lot of verbiage for this game, but I will go West Virginia. Now, I was looking at Nick Saban. I thought he was going to go West Virginia. If he was going West Virginia, I would have had to change my pick at the last minute and say I'm going Pittsburgh. I didn't want to have to do that, man. I'm going West Virginia. I think they have a little bit more upside, man. I don't know. Like Nick Saban said, I think they got beat by Penn State earlier, and I do think that Pitt was beat by Cincinnati. One of them played Deuce Squad, whatever the name of their team was. They beat the mess out of them. The little small teams they beat them. I know Pittsburgh had a quarterback named Slovis, and I think he ended up going to BYU. I think he was their main quarterback last year. He's eating it up with BYU right now. I'm going to pick West Virginia in this game. I didn't know West Virginia was the favorite to win this game. I thought it was Pittsburgh, but they call it the backyard brawl. I think is the term that they coined this brawl here. And I'm going to go with West Virginia in this one, man.
Okay. All right. Well, you're beating me and him both, so I thought about going with Rags.
Don't do it.
Hey,
me
honestly,
and
I need
Junior.
to see I need to see what Williams gonna pick. That might be my pick.
That's the one.
William, the spread is 3 points. It's actually 2.5, but we're just going to start rounding it up to the next one that they got to win by anyways. So West Virginia at home by 3. They're a pick to win. Okay, now my turn. Pitt and West Virginia played last year. Like I said, I should just go with Rags on this one, but they played at Pittsburgh last year, and Pittsburgh come back from like 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be the same story this year. It's played at West Virginia. For some reason, they're picked by 3. That's awful close. And it being at home, I'm just going to try to use my brain on a pick here. I'm going to go with West Virginia. Is what I'm going with. And that's about the best I can do with them 2 particular teams.
Yeah.
You know, common sense says maybe we should go with Pitt. I've been wrong probably about 5 out of the last 6 games. I'm going to change my freaking mind. I want the money. So
this next one is going to be the good one. This is the good
yes,
one,
sir.
man. And I hope y'all go who I think you're going for, because you know what I'm going to do. Come on, let's go.
All right, we'll go off. We'll go off with Junior then. Tennessee versus Florida, our SEC game of the week.
SEC game of the week. That's right. Tennessee versus Florida. Tennessee going down to the swamp. Tennessee ain't beat Florida in the swamp since 2003. 10 trillion upward. Tennessee is, I guess they can say they back because they beat Alabama or whatever. That's neither here nor there. Florida came out against Utah, and they lost to a really depleted Utah team. And what I mean by that is at the time, they started a 3rd-string quarterback. They had a lot of other pieces. That main tight end was out. And it was a whole bunch of other pieces out. And I still pick Utah to win. And they won. Of course, they go out there and look good last week against whoever they played. They look whoever they play. But what I'm noticing about doing this stuff, the spread. What's the spread?
Spread is 5.5, so basically 6 points.
So
in favor of Tennessee.
What Las Vegas knows what they're talking about. They know something about these games that we don't be knowing. So therefore, with that being said, I'm going Florida because of the points.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think Tennessee will win Florida because of the points.
Oh, I was hoping you would have picked Tennessee, man.
I'm going Florida.
I can't see myself
because of the points.
I can't see myself picking Tennessee, man. I wanted everybody to pick Tennessee so I can get on here and say, "Oh man, I told you so." Because you know what I'm gonna say. Florida's gonna take that. Florida is going to take that old blue tick coon dog, hound dog. He's going to bring him all the way to Florida, all the way in the deep waters of Florida, down in the swamp. He's going to drown him, man. He's going to drown him. And everybody I know besides us, man, they're going to think that Tennessee is going to be that team. But I saw Tennessee struggle against Austin Peay the other week, right? I say Florida went, man, they got tested earlier on, similar to Alabama. They went all the way out to Utah playing at a high altitude, man, against a second, 3rd-string quarterback. They had a tandem coming back and forth. They played 2-quarterback system on those guys, man. And they got beat pretty good, right? But I'm still, there's something about that swamp, man. I'm going Florida Gators down there in that swamp. That's what I'm going.
All right.
Kansas not an atmosphere. Kansas not an atmosphere.
Okay. All right. Y'all got me torn between here. Jeez, I got to win some money here. By the way, chat room, and anybody like Lorenzo and Coach Dude and anybody else that's on Rag's channel, you're eligible to play, but And right now, I've only got one. So y'all could smoke me in these first 3 games. I am not too good at this. So whatever I pick, you might want to go opposite. So anyways, I just want y'all to know y'all are eligible. The game's not too far out of reach. Rags right now is winning with 4. Me and Junior suck. There's a couple other ones, George Lambert and Williams with 4. So they can be caught very easily. Very easily. So guys, get in here and make your picks. But if you have not picked Pittsburgh, West Virginia, you can go ahead and do it now. I already seen it. But right now, I'm fixing to pick this one. Tennessee versus Florida. Tennessee lost their OC last year. He's the one that was coaching Jalen Hyatt. And they're down in Florida. Florida has not shown me nothing. Bill Napier has not shown me anything. So in this case, I know it's at Florida's house, but I'm going with Tennessee. I want the money. So y'all can have, or y'all give me 6 points. We got it. Tennessee comes home with a win. It'll make a very interesting October game come up when they play Alabama. So that's my pick there. I take it Tennessee. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Chat room. Yep. Chat room. Put in your pick. Tennessee versus Florida. I will ask you for all 3 at the end of the show. What does it say? Well, Rags, I'm at y'all top. I'm coming.
I see you, Coach Dude. I see you.
Yeah. Coach Dude is funny. I like Coach Dude. He's great.
Yeah, sir.
All right. This is going to take a little while. And, guys, I am offering you the freedom to take as long as you want to, okay? A lot of things have not been talked about that me and Junior was talking about. So I'm going to turn it over to him and let him say whatever he wants to, okay? And we can go back and forth. And when we get done, we'll make the pick. But there's some things that probably needs to be said on this game. Alabama versus South Florida. We are playing South Florida at home. Their home, I should say. We are picked to win by 33 points. Okay, Junior, have at it, brother.
So, it's a lot to be said about this game. Making a quarterback switch for this game. And hey, that Miro had a fair chance, like I said, giving up on Miro, but let's see what we got. I will say I am so open to see what we got. And there's a lot of things that have to be fixed for any quarterback in this system to be successful now. And one is the O-line. They have to be successful. Like, okay, if you can read the field better than Miro, cool. Tell you, if that O-line is getting you shook up, putting pressure on you, it's going to boggle anybody's thing. Miro did have moments where he should have stepped in the pocket and bought himself time. But like I say, when your O-line ain't blocking, it is come by bless your mind. You ain't thinking straight. Overall, the team has to play better around whatever quarterback. And now I'm going to the defensive line. If we're going to switch anybody out, let's test people harder today. Let's start with the defensive line as well. If you can't get pressure back there, hey, put the next man behind the man. Let's see you get back there to the quarterback and cause quick hurry up. And stuff. Because we talk a lot about secondary, and yes, we seen flaws in our secondary. Like I say, when we have a good secondary, we have a great defensive line. So people got to help out the players around the team around them. They got to help the team around them out. And like I said, I'm still open to Buckner. Buckner is familiar with Maurice. I think Maurice is going to be more comfortable today. But this game, you can't determine the quarterback because it's South Florida. And Eli Hosting can come in and do good against South Florida. Lauren can come in and do it against South Florida. Florida has a good wide receiver group, a little decent wide receiver group. I will say that. Hey, South Florida, if you want to attack Alabama, check the middle of the field. It's all open like it's like CS. It's open 24/7. So if you want to attack Alabama, attack the middle of the field. I'm hoping these guys come out with some type of grit grind. But like I say, when you play South Florida, a team like South Florida, it's easy to look like you getting back on track. But with that being said, we want to see different type of mannerisms from them. So this is the game we got. The spread is a pretty big spread. Honestly, I think we can cover that spread. It's South Florida, it's Alabama. But offensive line, if we're going to switch quarterbacks, let's see what people hard at on this line. Darian Dalcourt, you've been getting bullied against Middle Tennessee. You didn't look good last week. So let's try T. Ferg again. T. Ferg get something going. Running backs. I actually have no problem with you guys. You guys ran the ball well in the first half. We cannot go away from the run if we having successful run games. Just because it's not big plays doesn't mean it's successful. But if we hit for three, keep leaning on the defense. You're gonna wear them down. Wide receivers, I'm proud of y'all. Y'all was one of the groups that we had a lot of concern about. And honestly, on the offense, y'all been looking the best. But with this, I'm going Bama to cover the spread, man. But it's a lot that needs to be worked on moving forward, man.
Okay.
And it's not just a quarterback situation. It's a team situation.
Okay. Rags, what you got?
Man, I can go on forever and ever and on about this. I'm more upset with the Alabama fan base than I am with the team. And I know a lot of people not going to agree with me. I don't care who do or who don't, right? As an Alabama fan base, man, we all decide we're going to pick out one thing about this team. We're going to harp on it, right? But as Nick Saban said, it's a whole collective group that's going on here, right? We talk about the quarterback. Yeah, the quarterback threw 2 picks in crucial situations last week, man. We changed the quarterback. If you ask me, and it's just my opinion, we still didn't put the right quarterback in. But, hey, he's going to be my quarterback this week. And, of course, he may look good against South Florida, like Nick Saban said, right? I'm a Ty Simpson guy through and through, and I'm going to stick with it. That's my thing, right? Who's to say we're not going to see those other quarterbacks come back in? Milroe might be right back in there this game. Because if this guy here, Tyler Buckner, is throwing balls at these guys' feet when they're wide open, it's going to have to be another change that's going to have to be put in because now it's crunch time. We got Ole Miss next week, and they're going to come in and do the same thing that Texas did against us because Sarkisian and Lane Kiffin is cut from the same cloth, and they see what they can exploit right now in that defense. Let's go to the offensive line, right? Offensive line has taken a beating. And I've played offensive line, and I know a little bit about the offensive line. I know when people look at it just on the surface, it seems like they're just not blocking. But sometimes these running backs got to step up, man, and take on blocks that they're supposed to take on also. It's when you're an offensive lineman, man, we have a count that we also do when we're blocking, especially pass blocking and stuff. The quarterback, you got to be able to get rid of that ball to also help your offensive line. You got to help them help you. You got to be able to help you get that ball off in time. When you're holding it too long, you're trying to dissect things in your brain. It's not going right. The offensive lineman may give up. I saw a play in particular last week where that young guy, Caden Proctor, had a guy blocked. This guy was holding the ball. He ran right into the block coverage, and the guy sacked him right there. And it made it look like Caden Proctor was not blocking at all, and he was doing his best. He was holding his line. Not saying that these guys should be excused. Yeah, these guys let some plays go by. They shouldn't. They also made some mistakes off false starts and holding and stuff like that. Offensive linemen down the field. We made so many mistakes that called back touchdowns and stuff last week, right? Let's talk about this defense, right? Let's talk about this defense. We all want to see these young guys get in and play, right? But I'm going to tell you this. I would stop cheering for Alabama if I know that these coaches have been holding some players back, young or not, that can actually play, right? And I'm saying that to say that. Now I'm talking to the Alabama fan base. If these guys didn't beat these older guys out or whoever out in practice, what make us think that these guys can get in game time and actually be that guy? Right? These guys are starters for a reason. Hopefully, these coaches pick the right guys. And if they're not, they just choosing them on favoritism, I would have nothing else to do with this Alabama team. I'm saying that we all saying, hey, man, get these guys out and put the young guys in. But if they're not performing at practice, why put them in the game over these guys that's been giving everything? Guys, I'm going to quit it here because I can rant on forever and ever and ever. I'm saying I'm picking Alabama for that spread. Yeah, it's going to be we can beat these guys here, but we got to beat these guys. And next week, we really got to put that focus on Ole Miss, because if we don't, we're going to lose again, and we're going to lose bad, because Lane Kiffin is going to know how to pick that defense apart.
Okay. Junior, you had your hand raised up.
Nah, I was about to speak on what he was talking about, the offensive line. You got to get rid of it all faster to complement the offensive line. And just like the secondary, I agree, Raj, because just like the secondary can't hold these receivers long, offensive line really can't hold these blocks that daggone long either, because I play offensive line too, and it's hard to hold a block for a long time unless the person in front of you just pity pat. But they really trying what they force to get back there. It's hard to hold these guys long. So 4 seconds is a high clock. You really need to be trying to get this thing out in 3 seconds, bro. Doing what you do. I agree with that, Ray. You got to hold, and the running backs got to step up them blocks when they come back there. When them dudes come back there, you got to step up and take on them linebackers or whoever coming back there. They got to step up on their behalf and take on blocks too as well. So I agree with that.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. 4 seconds. I was in a competition shoot one day and had 3 targets behind us. One mid-level, one higher, one back mid-level. From my back turned to the targets, hands up. After the beep went off, I grabbed my weapon, turned around, pulled it, drawed, fired 2 shots into the target in 4.5 seconds. That's a lot of dadgum movement to do in 4.5 seconds. Okay, you're talking here, drop, turn, draw, 2 shots in each one. Scored high, very high. Anyways, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying 4.5 seconds. Okay, that dadgum in 4.5 seconds, when that ball is hiked up, them guys is coming. You ain't got but 3 at the most. 4. What did Coach Dude say? That's touchdown.
Yeah.
That's touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got to get rid of that ball. I seen Milroe hanging on to it too long. There's several things that I seen in Milroe that I'm not going to bring up now. I'm hoping he can improve on and come back in. And Ben Junior's talked about that. But I do believe Tyler can get it out faster. Tyler's always been my man since he's been here. I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
Okay, not saying he's all that. I'm just pulling for the guy. But if he does start winning the game, I would like to see him pulled after about 2.5 quarters, no more than 3. Get Milroe back in there, get his confidence built up. Let's see what he's learned. You know what I'm saying? Win the game is what we want mostly, of course. Now, I wouldn't mind, to be honest with you, if it was a running back game all day today. I really wouldn't care. Get that O-line, get it fixed up. Let's see where they really are. You know, if you can't run the ball, Alabama's always been that way. We've drifted away. Yeah, things change, schemes changes. But let's see what that O-line's made of. You know, I don't care if Buckner, all he does is hike the ball, hand it to Chase or Roydell, Miller, Justice Haynes. I don't care. You know, win the game, yeah. But let's work on that O-line, defensive line. Guys, I don't know what to do. I know they're back here. I know they're good. You know, I don't know what happened to them. Was it out there too long? I don't know. But anyways, in this particular game, Tyler Buckner's got to get his cadence with the O-line. Okay, he's got to work that out. I know he's practiced, but now you're playing a real game. I know it's South Florida, but now you're talking about different schemes. People are trying to beat you. Okay, so is that O-line in sync with Tyler? Maybe so, but not probably as best as they could. That's why I wouldn't mind if the running game kicks in all day. Defense. The coach for South Florida is Tennessee's OC coach from last year. Think about that. They beat us. Okay. He's the one that was coaching, what was his name? Hyatt. Okay. I hear that South Florida's got a good quarterback. I hear Junior over saying they got a good receiving core. So, and they are playing at home. So, does the offense got enough confidence in each other that they can get 33 points? Is South Florida good enough that they can actually score some points? Okay. So, on this one, I'm picking South Florida. Alabama does not cover.
Like I say, man, that running game against Texas, man, we were successful with that running game at the beginning of the game, man. We looked pretty good. I'm not sure, we kind of shied away from it a little bit. I think what happened is Texas was making so many big plays on us, man, that we just couldn't keep the ball and just keep trying to run it so much. And that's what I was saying early in the year. We said we don't need a Bryce Young, we don't need a team. We're going to need a quarterback that can put it together and put drives together, because we've got a team like Texas. We're going to have to catch up. We're going to have to do it quick, because now it becomes a shootout, because now it looks like we can't really do it, right? And one thing I said earlier, right now, I want to really, harp on what I said. I said I would turn on this team. What I mean by, if them coaches is sitting there playing favoritism, like I said before, and not playing the people that they're playing, I don't need to root for a team like this until we get some new coaches, because that's not the way you play football. You put your best players in. Now, if we put some young guys in and they're playing better than these other guys, now that's going to tick me off real bad, because you should have been playing these guys. You don't play people on what how you like them at practice, or how they talk to you, or how cool you are with each other. You play the best players available. And if Freddie Roach and all of those guys doing that, you need to be gone ASAP, immediately. You know what I mean? That's the way but I don't believe that they're doing that, man. I believe that they're trying to put the best guys out there possible. A lot of guys, man, when it comes to this, probably not that familiar with the playbook and stuff yet, being young guys, man. Another thing, like I said, man, I believe that they will. I don't know what's going on with this stream here, saying some connection issues. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I ain't missed a word.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I do believe they will make the spread this week. I'm kind of scared about these quarterbacks going back and forth, because like I said, what happens now if Tyler Buckner can't get, we really see that we can't put it together, man, and it's going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Alabama fan base is already pretty much, and it's so many things right on us fans, man, because we just not going to be able to agree on anything.
Yeah.
Well, we talking about Rise Up one day. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just about to say, Coach Dude on my channel yesterday, he said something about the fan base, and he says right now we ain't even together as a fan base. We are divided right now as a fan base.
We're not. We don't see that.
I want whoever's going to win it.
We don't see, and I'm not even worried about that quarterback, that situation, because I would love anyone, I'm like Ice, but I would love to see any one of those guys win that position. But if you're not doing right, I don't care who you are, where you from, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go, because now it's about us winning these games, right? But man, it's gonna be tough on us against, like I say, teams like Ole Miss and those teams that run those offenses that just give us trouble, man. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say, man. I ain't made a video since last week, guys. I'm still hurting, man. But it is what it is.
Still hurting. Pick up the pieces, baby. Pick up the pieces.
Like I say, once again, I'm still, because I started to make a video the other day, but it was going to be going at the Alabama fans more than it was Alabama, man. Because I see so much stuff. We all nitpicking on different pieces that might be the ones who did, and it's so much stuff, bro. It's the puzzle that you put together we're just getting beat, man. Like, this is still the penalties. It's still the defense still not doing what they need to do. That pass rush is deep. Oh my God, it's awful. The quarterback play wasn't that good. The running back's not blocking. The lineman is looking horrible. Like, it's so many different things. And I watched them practice, and I saw how hard they practice, and I see how they look. It looked like they've been in a weight room like 24/7 working, and I just expected so much more. But one thing that I can say is that's just one game, guys, and I know that's the cliche saying. We got a whole season ahead of us, man, and we can turn it around. Will we turn it around? I do not know, but hopefully we will, man. I've seen it done before.
And you know what you just said, you asked that question, can we turn it around? Will we turn around? Don't know. And people try to tell me, you ain't a true Bama fan. I said, I'm a true Bama fan. Don't play me with that. I said, but I'm questioning these players' heart. I don't know what they heart at, man. I don't know what they heart at anymore, man. Like, even in the struggle days, those players still play with some type of fire behind them. Before Coach Saban got that, them players still play with some type of demeanor about themselves. But these players are, all right, the game over with now. Now I can go get shined up and get on Instagram or go out and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Their mindset is so different. So it's the heart of these current Alabama players that I question. It's their heart.
Well,
I don't know.
Go ahead, Brad.
You know one thing about it, Nick Saban, I do get what you're saying, but I'm beginning to think, is it their heart or is it their mind? Like, which one is it? That's two separate entities. Because I'm looking at it, I watched them come out. They wanted it. That's their heart. I do feel like they wanted it. They didn't want Texas to come in there and beat them. They came out, they was running the ball against them. But when it comes to using the head, where do I go? What do I do? Where am I supposed to line up on this situation? Which player do I block? Now you're using your head. Now I'm beginning to think, is there something wrong with their freaking heads? Like, are you not learning to play? Are you not learning the fundamentals that you're supposed to learn? I believe they want it as far as the heart go. That's why they talk the talk that they talk. We're coming back. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Because they do believe it in their heart. But when it comes to the mind, they're not doing the fundamental stuff that they're supposed to do. And that's what I'm looking at, the mental focus of it. Are you focused in? Are you locked in on your position? Are you locked in on the things that you're supposed to do? Are you locked in on this so-called standard that we have? What are you thinking up here in your brain, bro? That's what I'm wondering. Can you not get the plays that these coaches are giving you? I don't know, bro.
I got two things. Okay. Men Rise Up said, if you're going to make a quarterback change, now's the time. Okay. Let's get him ready for Mississippi. Okay. Number two, I am very, very curious, guys. Was Milroe's problem those fumbled snaps? Okay. Not on his fault, but from the center.
Yep.
So now you're stepping up to the center. Are you worried about if that ball's going to be there?
That does kill time.
You see my point?
That does kill time.
Well, not only is it, you're all right. I'm sitting there and I'm fixing to get the ball, and the center's done messed up on me once or twice, and he done it, not one behind another. It was spread out. That first one, I'm wondering if that affected his mind, that he's got to make sure that ball gets there, and maybe even puts him a split second behind in his process of thinking. I wonder if that affected him some. Is what I'm trying to get at. What are you guys?
I mean, and that could possibly be it too. Like I say, bad snaps. That's a point. That's a half a second. That's cutting into your time. Like I said, 4 seconds is a lot of time. And Coach Dude said in the chat too early on that 3 seconds is really got what you got. And like I said, 4 seconds is a lot of time. So that 0.2 helps. I don't know if it still decision making or whatever, but I know that didn't help neither. So snaps, it's like I said, it's a lot of things that can be worked on right now, man. And this is the game I will test several players' heart. Like, if you ain't getting it did, hey, let's bring the second string in. Like, somebody show me something. Somebody show me something.
And the only thing I can say about it, man, I want to just say bless the guy's heart, man, because he want to do the right thing, man. But it's like he's got a conflict going on in his head, because some of those instances when he was supposed to run, he didn't run.
He didn't
and
run.
When he should have, he didn't. And when the pass was wide open, he couldn't see him. He couldn't hit him. His mind was just, you could see it computing. It's like it wasn't doing what it was supposed to. That's hard to do. You know, when you quarterback is one of the hardest positions to play. It is, man. We could talk about it all day being these coach or these couch quarterbacks, man. But when you out there in the war, it's hard to play, bro. I don't know, man. I think the guy is still he's okay, right? He's not that guy that's just going to just win games for you in and out, right? Because some of those passes that he threw right there in that coverage, I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, you got guys just swarming these guys, and you just throw it right in there, man. And it's I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to give up on the guy so quick. I believe he'll play again today. I believe he'll play some today. Like I said, man, I like Tyler Buckner, y'all. I just don't know if that's. I don't know. I don't know if he's the one either.
Simply if he makes the first pass today, run the ball.
Yeah. It's still that. And then again, one more thing, Nick. When we were just talking about, Milroe running the ball or not, right? Sometimes it was on Tommy Rees, because Tommy Rees got to call these plays for this guy. Say, hey man, we need you to run this ball on this. Tommy Rees wasn't calling some of the right calls the way he was supposed to. But go ahead, Nick.
So what I say, and I know Coach Dugan agree with me on this. You have the game plan for your quarterback, bro. Like, you have to do better. Like, you really got to know your personnel. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. But if it's Miro, I gotta do stuff that he's more comfortable with to get him comfortable and loosen him up to this. If it's Buckner, I gotta probably do different stuff to get him more comfortable and loosen up. If it's Simpson, I gotta do this to get him comfortable. Like, all these dudes are not the same quarterback. They have the same attributes, but they're not the same guys. And like I say, I use this all the time. Put Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson offense and expect him to be Lamar Jackson. You're going to lose every game. Put Lamar Jackson in Tom Brady offense. You're going to lose every time.
Yeah, man. I said this earlier in the season, man. I said, man, this is going to be a season to remember. It's going to be different than what we expect, right? I'm saying all that to say this. If some kind of way we could pick it up and bring it all the way up back around from the 10th spot and bring it all the way up, because guess what? It's going to be a lot more teams that's up there that's going to be pulled down, bro. So what I'm saying is, man, this season is going to be strange, guys. This may be a season where you see a 2-win team doing some things that not a 2-win team, a 2-loss team doing some things that you haven't seen do before, maybe make the playoff. I don't know, guys, but I believe that this will be a strange season this year, and expect the unexpected. How many times have we said that on when we're all together? Expect the unexpected, man. I don't know. Like, we all see Florida State playing good, and I'm predicting Florida State to be in the top 4 at the end. But who's to say that they're going to beat Boston College today? It's just one of those seasons, guys, that I don't know what's going to happen.
Might be one of those seasons Duke come out and give them everything they got.
You see what they did to Clemson, right?
Yeah.
You just we don't know.
And that defense didn't look like a fluke neither.
Bro, we might mess around and see Washington Huskies in the top 4. Like, you don't know. Like, it's going to be a crazy season this year, guys. So I just say buckle your seatbelts, man, and get ready for something that we may not even be expecting this year, man. It's just a crazy season. And this is right before this realignment going. This is really this is going to be a memory for us, because this next season coming up, it's going to be totally different, man. So, guys, I just say buckle your seatbelts, man.
Do you think the NIL's got a lot to do with that?
It's got a lot to do with it, man. These guys are going places where they can get paid, and play at the same time. It's got a lot to do with it, man. And you got old timers like Nick that may not just be into the NIL. He may be, but Alabama I don't know what kind of money we can give these kids like some of these other schools can, man. Like they say, a Texas A&M, but Texas A&M still not doing what they need to do with their NIL.
Because
I don't know.
What you say is harder than mine. These kids are young with lots of money. Me, 17, 18 with lots of money. I'm not worth a crap. I'm tell you.
Yeah.
I think they should come up with something that if you got an NIL deal and you don't perform, you can give that money back. That's what I think. You know, you can't spend it yet. You know, come in the time of the year. Okay, if you proved your performance and you're worth my money. Okay, now I'll pay you. You know, you're set for next year. But
I put incentives in the little contract thing. Like, if you don't do this, if you don't play this many snaps, like, NFL.
You got some kids got some kids that they're not even, they don't really care about on NFL. Some kids that could have probably been trying. Look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix is going to play every single season that he can with Oregon, man.
Think about Caleb Williams. Him and his dad came out and said basically, if we're in the right situation, we're going to come back.
Coming back. And we can afford to do that because we getting paid an NIL, bro. Like, you know.
Hey, I get on some Dr. Pepper commercials, and I'm pretty sure people around Southern California area will rally up some more funds for me. I'm cool. I live in this condo.
I got the Heisman House paycheck that's coming in. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm straight.
The only one I'm going to put up there. That's only because he's backing me up.
Hey, man, I agree with you, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. There's two things. All the picks I'm hoping has been put in, and if it has, great. If you have not, put them in by now, because what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to take me a commercial break, as Rags likes to put it. And I'll be back here in about 5 minutes. If you guys want to continue on talking about this football stuff, Alabama, y'all have at it. I'll be right back. I've got nothing else to do today for right now. Y'all can have at it. If not, we'll end it here in just a minute. Which one do you want to go?
You know, I always got an extra game just to throw out there that doesn't count on the books. But,
okay. Y'all go ahead. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay.
Dang. I gotta look it up on my phone. It was Michigan State versus Washington. What you think about that?
That's a good one, man. I was thinking about that because I think Michigan State is going to upset some people this year, and it's going to be either one of them Michigan or freaking Ohio State or one of them. I'm not sure, but I don't know if it's going to be Washington, man. I think Washington go into East Lansing today, right? Don't they?
Yeah.
And all the drama that's been going on with that coach, man, I hate it for him. You know, he thought he found him a nice looking young lady and he's just gonna have a good talk with her. But she turned it in, and hey, it happens, man. You gotta watch yourself when you out here doing these things with these women, man, because you never know what's the motive or whatever going on, right? But I believe that Washington, man, gonna probably come in and doing pretty good, man.
Yeah. Another one. I got you because listen. Like you said, Washington might be up in the top 4. Honestly, for me, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be surprised. People don't know what people be sleeping on Michael Penix Jr. in my opinion, bro. People they be sleeping on Michael Penix Jr. People don't realize the numbers he had last year were Heisman finalists, and he didn't get put in the Heisman finalists. He had better numbers. He had better numbers than most of them guys up there, probably besides Caleb Williams. But dude was straight balling last year. He was straight balling last year. But my other one is Mississippi State LSU.
Oh, I do you. I was hoping that was going to be a pick today. Before we go there, I'm going to say what's up to my guy Ken sitting over here, man. What's up, Ken? I see you, guy. Hey, Ken, I picked against your Volunteers today. I think they're going to go down there in that swamp, and that gator going to grab him by his head and take him down into that water, and he's going to drown him. Go Gators. But anyway, man, I hate to do it to you, kid. I hate to do it. But we said Mississippi State, right?
Yeah.
Nick, you already know where I'm going with this one, man. I told you how I feel about them old purple and yellow Tigers down there in the bayou, down there in Baton Rouge. I'm never going to pick. I'm never going to go with LSU, man. Only way I might go for them is if they playing against Auburn, man. And that's going to be tough. It all depends on who is the top dog and who ain't. But anyway, man, I got to go Mississippi State in that one, bro.
Okay. And you know what? See, I got my man Chris Williams. He an LSU guy, play football. He know football or whatever, and he an LSU guy. And we did the show. It was back, you know what I'm saying? I was throwing up scenarios. I said, listen, honestly, I think LSU could win, but I don't think this is going to be an easy win for LSU because Will Rogers is not no joke. They're trying to establish a run game in there. LSU DBs are questionable. Will Rogers is going to put it on point. He's going to put it on point. So if they can create some run game today, and which I know what they more with the pro style attack and not the air raid stuff no more, they're going to be looking to run the ball as well. They're gonna be now. LSU got some key pieces returning, but I don't know if LSU can just straight up come in and bully Mississippi State like that. So if it was a pick that I had to make, I would take Mississippi State for the points wise.
If I had it in me, man, I would go with LSU because they got the talent, bro. It's just I can't do it, bro. I can't. But yeah. I see one thing, Nick Saban, that you're doing here, and you're skipping over your boys because we done talked about this game right here. I mean, Nick, me and you were talking about this back in daggone March, back in February.
That was kind of
okay. I'm gonna let you do it. And I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna let you do it.
No, go ahead. You were doing it so well. Do it.
I want you to do
it. South Carolina, Georgia. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
I can't even remember what the spread is on that thing. I can't remember what the spread is. But
I'm gonna see if I can't find it for you, Rick. Man, I don't care what the spread is. Let me put the phone down. I was just about to look it up. Go ahead.
My thing is this game. We're seeing Georgia come out sputtering 2 weeks in a row against low opponent teams. Now, South Carolina come out. I picked them to beat North Carolina, but they did not look like the South Carolina I expected. I was hoping South Carolina could have came into the season with the momentum off of last season. But that doesn't mean the season is over. That was just one game. Yeah. But it's hard for me to look over the fact that South Carolina gave up 9 sacks against North Carolina. But this is a classic rival. That doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. If I had to pick, honestly, I think Georgia's defense is too much. Too much. I don't know what we get from the offense, but if I had to pick, I'm going with South Carolina because of the point spread. I think it's a high point spread, but I'll take Georgia wins it. But we seen it happen. South Carolina came down there in Athens and got on beat Georgia in Athens. After a year, they talked about Jake Fromm, but they didn't expect that loss. I don't care. They came off a national championship loss. They thought they was going to run for the national championship that year, and that year completely did not go their way. And with this being a classic rival game, you cannot excuse South Carolina. South Carolina, I think, can come out and I don't know how long. I don't know if it'll be a whole game or how long, but they can come out here and pull the upset of the century for Georgia. For Georgia. It's only an upset for the century for them, not us.
And now I gotta do this, man. I know Georgia's they're gonna come up, they're gonna step up to the competition, man. Like that's what Georgia do. And they might come out here and completely obliterate South Carolina. But I just can't go for it. I'm gonna go out there on the line and I'm gonna say South Carolina gonna come in and between the hedges and what is it, Sanford Stadium or whatever it is, they're gonna come in there, man. And if Georgia start off slow, if Bobo and what's his name, that daggone quarterback, if they start out slow again, now South Carolina defense is not that good, but I believe they may muster up something against this Georgia offense just because they want to knock them off. They want to knock them down. And that little coach, that Beamer, that coach they got, he going to tell them, man, this is your opportunity.
Beamer ball, baby. Beamer ball, baby.
Beamer ball. He going to tell them dudes, he gonna say, man, this is your time to shine. And with what I said earlier, I said expect the unexpected. I'm still going with that thing for 2023, and I believe that them Gamecocks gonna go between the hedges and gonna just knock them all off. And guess what? That's what I need them to do, because I need them to get off of my Nick Saban and my Alabama team and go find somebody else to pick with. They already picking with Jimbo Fisher. They done gave Jimbo Fisher HELL down there in College Station. But I want him to go and get Kirby Smart. Go and get him and talk about him.
Just so you know, guys, Georgia's picked to win by 27 points on your other games. Yeah, 27 points, Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm most definitely going with South Carolina.
I knew it was a high spread.
I would go with South Carolina on the pick, on the spread, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. You guys was talking about LSU and Mississippi State. LSU is picked to win by 10. It's 9.5, but we go with 10. And who else was y'all talking about?
Mississippi.
I know it was
Michigan State and Washington Huskies.
You know, I think Washington's going to be pretty good this year from what I'm hearing.
Yes, sir.
Hang on. I'm going to try to find it real quick and then let you guys turn loose again. Such a list here. Okay, Michigan State. Washington is picked to win by 17 points. So there you go on that one. Go ahead.
High spread, boy. That's a high spread.
Yeah, that's why I would pick South Carolina against Georgia on the spread. I don't know if they got enough firepower or what's going on with them to knock off Georgia. I know Georgia's got a few problems, but that's okay. It's just beginning of the year.
I'm going outright. Yeah. Come on, South Carolina.
Well, I would love to see it, but that's a fan base thing.
But like I said, I did a Georgia show this week as well. I had a Georgia guys come on, and like I told them, I said just throwing out scenarios. Like, so what if Georgia offensive line isn't the offensive line like we've been seeing? What if it ain't no fluke and South Carolina is stirring up something to get the back? How will South Carolina either separate themselves or bring it even closer? And I told them special teams for South Carolina will be the reason why they separate or bring it even closer. And the reason why I say that, because South Carolina last season their punter went 4 for 4 passing. 2 pass touchdowns. Shaq Beamer is the special teams king. He will something up on special teams when he needs it.
Hey, do you guys recall me saying this phrase here? I say, man, you win them, you lose them, how you win them. Remember how Georgia done won all these national championships, like all these teams be missing their key player, but due to all of that, guess what? Georgia got a few key injuries today too, man.
Yeah.
Might keep piling up, and hey, when you need some of these guys today, you guys is out today. I think what's that wide receiver name? McConkey or whatever.
McConkey.
I think he might he questionable for the day, I think. So I don't know, man. It all depends on how these guys play these.
And with that being said, it been quite a bit of players out for Georgia. And I don't know if they're returning that, but now you're dealing with these players returning, trying to get their feet up on them, trying to get back in football rhythm, football game rhythm.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, man, I believe every week is going to be some team that's going to lose is not really supposed to lose. Who is it going to be this week? I don't know, man, because I don't believe a lot of people expected Tennessee to go in there and lose against Florida today, but I got Tennessee losing Florida, so that could be it. Hey, I'm hoping it's Georgia. That's going to be the early game. I say we kick Saturday off right, 3:30, South Carolina, Georgia. South Carolina. If it's any South Carolina fan, any football player, hey, Beamer, if you're watching this right now, get out there and do something, man. Take them to the shed, man, and just whip up on them, beat them up and down the field. Give me something to cheer for today, man. Come on now.
Hey. I think LSU played earlier today too, so I think that's a solid game. I think I'm telling you,
they play at 12, don't they?
Yeah.
Look at Ken. Hey, look at Ken playing Icebox. He said he's gonna take Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Tennessee. Oh, I thought you was playing
Playing the game.
The game, Ken.
Pick 'em.
The Pick'em game, yeah.
Yeah, he could play. Yeah, absolutely. While you said that, just so I know, the Tennessee-Florida game, Junior, who did you have?
I picked
Who'd
Florida
you
with the
pick?
points. I picked Florida with the points.
Okay. And Rags, who did you pick?
I picked Florida with the points, and I picked Florida to beat them outright.
Ken, I'm your best buddy, man. I picked Tennessee.
Ken, you know I love you to death, man, but I just can't do it today.
I can. Go
Ken,
check out that new Saban doing sports.tv. I'm gonna be talking about it when the game over.
does Ken know about the game?
Which one?
The Pick'em game.
Oh, you mean the Pick'em? I don't know, Ken. You can go ahead and tell him Icebox. He ain't here now.
Okay, I'll just do a quick one then. Guys, we're playing a Pick'em game. These gentlemen pick. We pick 3 teams: one outside, one SEC game, and an Alabama game because we are an Alabama channel. They make their statements of what they believe, think, and read, whatever they can come up with, and they make a pick by the points spread. Okay, not who wins outright, by the spread itself. And right now, it's the leader is with 4 picks. Well, I would say one guy's that's got none, but I ain't seen him play in a while. So the next guy that's losing is me. So if you pick the team different from me, you're liable to win this thing. But anyways, it's all for points. There is no gambling. At the end of the year of the regular season, probably around the Auburn game, Alabama, whoever's closest to whoever is winning, if you're within 3, all 3 of y'all or whoever you are will get to pick and then pick a closest to the score. In other words, there'll be 2 picks in that particular game. Winner will win $400. Okay, that's what the prize money is up to. Yeah, $400. Now you see why I'm trying to buckle down. I'm behind, baby. I'm behind. But anyway, yeah, anybody is eligible with Rags, Nick Saban Jr.'s Sports Talk TV, Bam Dam Sports. In case you didn't know, we have changed the mood. So Bam Dam Sports, Kangaroo. Well, we don't say much on there. Would there be so many daggum Georgia fans on here? That just cuts my odds down so bad. Jeez. And I'm terrible right now. But anyways, as it stands, Tennessee-Florida game. I picked Tennessee. Florida. Junior and Rags picks Florida. I'm taking the points or giving the points. The Pittsburgh and West Virginia game. Nick Saban Jr., you picked Pitt, if I'm right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
me and Rags, we picked West Virginia. Alabama versus Florida. Junior and Rags picked Alabama. I picked South Florida. Okay, so I hope I got that right. Everybody else, what I do at the end of the games tomorrow or Monday, I go through them and I total up all the points and I'll announce them, who's in the lead. And if I don't say your name much, that's because you're in the middle. If you're back there behind like me, or if you're up there ahead like Rags, I'll mention you so you know where you stand. If you're in the middle, you ain't being talked about, okay, you know where you're at. But anyway, again, that's what it's about. Got to win more cigars, man. I tell you what. All right, guys. There you go, kids. So if you want to play, anybody else that's on Rags channel, you want to play, you have at it, man. The game's not out of reach. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, man, I'm not too confident with my picks this week, man, at all. But hey, I'm doing it for the fun. You know, we said it's about entertainment, man. Well, for me anyway, I enjoy it, man. Hey, man, it's 11:35. It's about to be time for the games to come on, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey.
All right, guys,
Hey.
if you're done.
One thing I will say,
Go ahead.
even though the season ain't starting out the way we would like it to, still 1-1. And go back to Coach Dude, say for Alabama, all our accomplishments are still on the table. SEC West, SEC Championship, and National Championship. So we're not done, but roll tide to that. And I'm finna have to take it in the house because I'm getting rained on.
Oh, man.
All right, guys, one more thing. I done an intro at the beginning. Would y'all like to see the ending intro that we're going to be running at the end of our shows? Would y'all want to see that? Yes, no.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, Junior said, nope, he's out, baby.
Go ahead. He getting rained on right now. He got to try to get away from this rain. Go ahead, man. Hey, I say go ahead.
It's something that Kangaroo Black done for us. It's great. I like it if you're an Alabama fan. Ken, post your picks in the chat room. All you got to do right now is put in there if you're picking Tennessee and you got to win by 6 points, you put in Tennessee. If you don't think Tennessee is going to win by 6 points, you put in Florida. Doesn't mean they ain't going to win. Okay, we're doing it by the spread. So if you want Tennessee and you're giving away 6 points, you put in Tennessee. Pittsburgh versus West Virginia. If you think West Virginia is picked to win by 3 points, if you think they can do that, you put in West Virginia. If you think West Virginia is only going to win by 1 or 2, you put in Pitt. Okay, but you got to put it over here in the chat room. Okay, I'll show it. Rise up. But anyways. It's on and on and on. Alabama's picked to win 33. If South Florida, if Alabama say is 32 points and South Florida scores 3, hey, South Florida wins the spread. Okay, that's how we're doing this. Okay, but put it in the chat room. Do not put it in comments. That's could be kind of sound like there could be some cheating going on. So it has to be on the show or in the chat room as we do this show. Okay. You got anything else, Rex?
No,
we're
man.
Junior out of the ring.
The only thing I got is so you about to end the show with this one, right? When you go out with the outro.
Yeah, yep. When I do the outro, that's the end of the show.
Hey, I got one more thing to say before we go.
I love this.
I'm a Crimson Tide football fans. Can I please get a Roll Tide roll, baby? We still going, baby. We
yes, sir.
Let's go.
Roll Tide,
Roll
baby.
Tide, fellas. Here we go with the outro. As soon as it's over with, we're off the air. Here we go.
You've got to be better in all 3 areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those 3 areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at the time, 4 years from now, why, we'll be walking out of here as a national champion.